Hello guys, I'm Kiri. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna talk about Audi UR Quattro 20 valve engine. Audi Quattro was very famous car and when it came in 1980 straight away became a legend. Was the first sports racing 4x4 car and today is very cool. Rally sport was very popular in 70s and 80s and Volkswagen decided to go and race. But they came with the idea, four-wheel drive rally car. In the same year of the launch, they went rallying. What's happened? The car was very fast, especially on the corners, because of the four-wheel drive system. The domination of the 4x4 rally car began from this moment and is still up to today. When some sports car became very successful, this reflects on the market as well. The people start to talk about them, they wanted to try actually what is it. And the other advances, the car was very reliable and beautiful at the same time. When we're talking about this car, straight in my mind are coming another three cars from the same era, which are related to the Audi Quattro. These are BMW E30 M3, Mercedes 190 2.316 Cosworth, and of course Ford Sierra Cosworth. All they have something in common, but Audi Quattro is the first, as I mentioned, is the first car which came in 1980. Then, in 1984, Mercedes 190 Cosworth, 84-85 BMW E30 M3 and Ford Sierra Cosworth. So Audi was the leader, and especially with these extended wheel arches, was the very cool. After BMW copied them for the M3 model, also in 84-85 Lotus did the same with the Peter Stevens redesigned Lotus XL model. And of course, little bit later, another great rally legend, Lancia Delta Integrale, made this the same wheel arches. Audi Quattro really was very special car, early 80s, and for example, nowadays, when we're talking about the top Ferrari models, we call them the Big Five, from 1984-85, 288 GTO, and then 87 F40, F50, Enzo, and LaFerrari. So these are the big five Ferraris. So the same way, I call these cars the big 80s for sports cars. They were legendary cars. Audi and Ford in the rally, BMW and Mercedes, and Ford also in the truck. But on the end actually it's good to have a rival because this is the way to move up. The early versions of Audi Quattro are 2 valves per cylinder only, in total 10. 10 because all the Audi Quattro are with 5-cylinder inline longitudinally mounted engine, 2.1 and 2.2 liters, and producing 197 horsepower from 1980 to 1988. But later ones, after 1989, they are different. They are called 20 valve engines, like the car what is here today. The same 5-cylinder configuration engine, but with 4 valves per cylinder and producing 217 horsepower. This car was more refined, more powerful, more fast, was the better version. But some people saying the 10 valves engine sounds better because simply the induction noise is different and actually sounds better. The original engine from 1980 is 5-cylinder inline 2144 cc, as I said before, longitudinally mounted with turbocharger and intercooler producing 197 horsepower, but it's very torquey, 285 Newton meters of torque. Acceleration from 0 to 100 km per hour or 62 miles per hour, 7.1 seconds. The maximum speed was 220 km per hour or 137 miles per hour. But the later versions, the car on front of us, the 20 valve engine, is a bit different. The same configuration, 5-cylinder inline, this time 2226 cc, so a little bit more, 4 valves per cylinder, as well turbocharger and intercooler and producing 217 horsepower, so 20 horsepower more, and was more flexible from 0 to 100 km per hour or 62 miles per hour, 6.2 seconds. The maximum speed was 231 km per hour or 143 miles per hour. The production stopped in 1991. For these 11 years in production, they did only 11,452 cars, even less than the Mercedes 190 Cosworth and BMW M3 E30. Each one they made 16,000–17,000 cars. Here, Audi Quattro 11,452. But the 20-valve engine car was in production only for 2 years or a little bit more, maybe 2.5 years, from 1989 to 1991. And it's much more rare than the first 10-valve engine car. I don't think they built more than 2,500 or 3,000 cars maximum with the 20-valve engine. The tires and the wheels are different as well from the early cars, the 10-valve cars. The 10-valve cars there with 6" by 15 alloy wheels and tires 205 60/15. But the later cars, actually after 1984, they went to 8" by 15" in size alloy wheels and bigger tires, of course, to 15 50/15. And the tires were originally Pirelli Cinturato. Pirelli Cinturato was for the early versions from 1980, later ones I think they changed to Pirelli P700. The weight distribution was the weak point to this car, 60% on the rear axle and 40 on the 60% on the front axle and 40 on the rear, because the engine was mounted longitudinally and was 5-cylinder, so it's a little bit long. And actually the weight of the engine was a little bit more on the front side of the car. This affects as well a lot on the weight distribution. Also, the car is a little bit heavy. I think it's a little bit heavy, more than 1,350 kilograms, because BMW E30 M3 is just 1,160 kilograms, and compare with the 1,350–60 kilograms for the Audi Quattro, so it's near 200 kilograms more than the rival, but this is because of the 4x4 system. Also, the other sports car on that time, the Lotus XL, was 1,160 kilograms, the same like the BMW E30 M3. As well, Porsche 944 was with similar curb weight, but these three cars, the M3, E30, the Lotus XL and the Porsche 944, they are with perfect weight distribution, 50% front, 50% rear. That's why Audi never been good car on track, because of the fast corners. The fast corners, they're gonna be the point where the car is not gonna be that good. This model is famous now with the nickname UR, but this came a little bit later, after 1990s, when Audi came with many new all-wheel drive models, so the people were confusing to understand for which Quattro actually model they talking. So they said for the early versions UR, which in German actually mean the first or the original. So from there is coming the nickname of this car, UR. This particular car is one of the last 20-valve car, and actually is one of the last Audi UR Quattro car. So it's made 1991, the year when Audi stopped to produce these fantastic cars. Today the car remains absolutely original, because never been used or just occasionally, so it's delivery mileage on the clock, just few miles, and is one of only 2 known 20-valve right-hand drive examples. That means it's very rare, and actually is one of the best examples in existence. Even the tires are Pirelli P700Z, and probably they are the original ones, because these tires are not anymore in production from long time actually. They are the same like in my 1994 Fiat Punto GT Turbo, just different size. Here on the Audi's 215 50/15. You can see here now on the rear wheel 215 50/15. On my Fiat Punto is 185 55/14. You can see Pirelli P700Z. My Punto GT is red as well, like this car, and it's low mileage. Um, and because I want to be in very perfect condition, factory condition, actually I want all the cars to be in factory condition, I decided to put original 1994 Pirelli P700Z tires. Was very hard to find, but I found actually 4. They are basically new but very old. For me the originality is very big factor. So guys, this is absolutely fantastic car, Audi UR Quattro. If you like, please subscribe my channel and see you next time, guys. Bye.